Hello and welcome to Meet the Teacher 2020-2021. My name is Miss Wadge and I am your child's, loved one's, guardian's teacher. It's obviously an incredibly strange Meet the Teacher, and of course it is such a shame that I can't meet each of you in person, but I do hope that for now this video will suffice, and I will try to tell you a lot about things in Year 6, how they work, what's to come, so you understand and know the process that your children are going through. I do want to start though by saying that from the bottom of my heart, the children have been an absolute joy to teach. They've come back in the last 3 weeks. They've settled back into school absolutely incredibly. I'm just looking at our Wonder Corner over there, and we've been writing first-person narratives in English, and the children have had to think outside the box. They've had to think about so many different grammatical features, so many different punctuation, and I can truly say the amount of effort that's gone into all of their writing, the amount of enthusiasm, the amount of dedication and commitment has been, it's really blown me away. I could not be more proud of each and every one of them, and I really want to reiterate just what a joy it's been, and I can't wait for the coming months ahead to continue with the hard work, but having fun with their learning, but also just producing work that the children are proud of, that I'm proud of, and you as parents and carers are proud of as well. So you might be able to hopefully see this PowerPoint behind me. If you can't, I will put it up as a PDF as well, because I know, and I'm sure the children will tell you, our whiteboard is not the best in this classroom. But hello and welcome to Year 6 to you. So this one's we are 6EW, otherwise known as Sycamore class. There is a giant picture of me, but I'm sure by now you know what I look like, and I am Miss Wadge. Just so you know, I am the main class teacher. We will also have, I'm aware that you probably can't see the green, for PE, which the children have on a Wednesday and a Friday, will be taught by Mr. Haggart and Mr. Quick. The children have music on a Tuesday, which is taught by Miss Cousins. And then on a Friday afternoon, when I have PPA, they'll be taught by Miss Shepherd. And then every other Tuesday, the children will be taught by Mrs. Button, just so you know who is also involved in your children's education, but I am their main class teacher. So that leaves me on. I've received many emails from you so far, and I love receiving them. If you have any concerns, and not just concerns, I want to emphasise that if you have anything, your child's done a really amazing piece of homework at home. I've seen some incredible homework already, and I actually wanted, I've just received a certificate just before this of the children. They've done 20 hours of English certificate that I'm going to stick up. But if there's, any things you'd like to share that I can share with the class that they've done really well at home that you're proud of, or likewise concerns, you can email me at ewodge@chesswood.w-sussex.sch.uk. I'm having to look behind me because I know that's a long one to remember. So again, it is on the class page, and as I said, I'll put this up as a PDF document, but I'd love to hear from you in whatever capacity, and I am available. So, in terms of pastoral staff, just to make you aware, we have Sally Harvey and Elaine Butler are our head of pastoral team. If you ever need to email them, their emails are sharvey@chesswood.w-sussex.sch.uk, and then to email Elaine, it's ebutler@chesswood.w-sussex.sch.uk. Got through that one, still learning. Our Senko is Vanessa Radcliffe. Her email is vradcliffe@chesswood.w-sussex.sch.uk. And then if you have any other concerns that you'd like to email into the school about, we also have concern email address, and that is concern@chesswood.w-sussex.sch.uk. Take a breath. So, in terms of the curriculum, the themes, as I've mentioned, in English we are covering the topic of wonder. In maths we've been looking at place value, we've been looking at our different methods, but we've also got coming up aspirations. So think about what the children want to go on to be in high school, past high school. We've already come up with some aspiration hands, and the children have got some amazing aspirations just for Year 6 and beyond, which I'm really excited to see grow. That is a real topic that I'm very excited to get into. We've got Voyage of Discovery. We've also got Who's the Mummy in our topic of Egyptians. We've got The Angry Earth, which is volcanoes, and actually we've started that already in geography, and the children have been really, really enjoying it. They've got so involved, the discussions have been incredible. It has been absolutely fantastic to see how the children have thrived so much and contributed so much. And actually we've had children in the class who have got real life case studies, and we've had some fantastic discussions. We'll be studying World War II, the Blitz, so we'll be learning about that. Magistrates, Race Day, which is our enterprise and go-karts, which is a really, really enjoyable unit to teach and for the children to learn. I'm really, really looking forward to that. And then just one of our main things is just getting the children ready for high school. I understand that, you know, it still feels weird talking about it because, you know, it's still a whole kind of nearly academic year away. However, that is our focus this year, and just ensuring that the children feel ready to go on to high school and flourish as who they are. And then in terms of visits, as you are aware, our Bristol visit should have happened at the beginning of the term, but due to everything going on with COVID at the moment, unfortunately we've postponed that until the end of summer term. At the moment, that is still going ahead, but we are obviously adhering by the government guidelines and advice, just like everyone else is, so we'll just wait to see. But at the moment, that is the plan. So that in terms of the curriculum, you can still have a look through the website as well. This is just a brief overview, Year 6 in terms of our topics. We'll still very much be focusing on the acro skills of aspiration, innovation, participation, managing risk, competitiveness, sporting and creating opportunities, managing difficult situations, which I think now is more important than ever, and reflectiveness. So they are still our main acro skills, are displayed within the classroom, and it's something that we're really focusing on. We have, you know, an emphasis on PSHE this year with, you know, understanding the current environment that the children have been off for a while. We've all, you know, all gone through different situations. We understand it is a really tricky time. So in terms of what are the biggest changes, this year we will be having more hours on Maths and English to try and, as part of our recovery curriculum, catch-up curriculum, name different things, but just to try and, you know, get back into those skills and those routines and really focusing on Maths and English. And as I said, the children have already settled back in and are doing really, really well with it. We will obviously have no whole school assemblies at the moment. They have been cancelled due to the guidelines and keeping your children safe. And obviously we have more hygiene, so we have more hand washing, we have you know, our social distancing guidelines, which at home as well, if you can just remind your children, would be fantastic. But we're doing all that we can, especially in this class, to try and keep everyone safe. But in terms of the timetable, you probably can't see it too much, but we do have a real emphasis on Maths and English. So we have Maths every day for a longer period of time. English as well, we're having every day for a longer period of time. At the moment, our core subjects are, well, we have science for an hour and a half every week, and then we're currently studying geography and art. And now our foundation subjects will switch around for different ones, but obviously, as you can imagine, with the push of Maths and English, we've had to therefore change how things look. But I'm very aware that you probably can't see that very well, so I have no fault your end due to my terrible whiteboard. So I will pop that up so you can have a look at what your children are doing at school and throughout the day. We also, actually, just to mention, we have a major emphasis on PSHE. So they have a PSHE assembly, and we come back and reflect. So, for example, today's was about self-regulation, the regulation rainbow, and about how to cope with stress. And then tomorrow morning we have a session on meditation and meditation, just, you know, how to have some relaxation time, because I'm very aware it has been a stressful time for all of us, especially the children. So we have had a slight change. So normally we have the zones of regulation. This year we have introduced our regulation rainbow. The rainbow includes different zones of regulations. That's our marble jar. As you can hear, the children have got many, so they've been doing very well. But including those you already know a lot about. It is very similar to the zones of regulation. The rainbow zones are fantastic at helping you to understand how your child, how they're feeling, and then how to deal with those feelings, how they can then cope and move forward in their learning and at home and in any area of life, I think. So there are many colours in the rainbow, but there are still the 4 main zones to describe how the brain and the body feels and that we're focusing on. The blue zone, so slow, you're feeling a bit sick, sad, bored. We've been talking about how to cope with that. The green zone, like a green light, good to go. Yellow zone, you start to lose control when you're frustrated, maybe a bit anxious. And then the red zone, this is for extreme emotions such as anger, terror. And in this class we've got a real emphasis, if I can show you on the worry box, so the children, if they ever have any concerns, they can pop it in the worry box. And that's one way, especially in class, as well as the regulation rainbow, to help your children thrive and not feel concerned about anything when they're at school in this classroom and therefore at home. I want to emphasise as well, and teachers, there's no bad zone. If a child feels like they're in the yellow zone, the red zone, I think we all know at times this is a stressful time. There's no bad zone, but just so you're aware of the change from the zones of regulation to the regulation rainbow. And again, there's a lot of writing that I'm not sure if you can see, so I will pop that. So in terms of homework this year, communication is done by parent mail on a Wednesday or via the website. If for any reason there's you normally get paper copies and that hasn't been happening, please do send me an email and I will make sure that that is sorted out straight away. Basically, any new letters or that thing, if that's not happening, I will get on to that and make sure that's sorted for your child. But in terms of the homework this year, it will include personal reading time of 30 minutes a day, 7 times a week. So we're really emphasising reading for pleasure, enjoying reading. And then at lunchtime, I'll make sure there's time for the children to do their quizzes if they'd like to, but just really enjoying reading. We've got some books in the classroom, especially David Walliams, that the children have really, really loved. The teachers, myself, I will monitor the word count and then the percentage met. So I will keep an eye on, and then we've got our reading tree, which is going to be really tricky if I lift up and show you. Over there we've got our reading tree, our tree of terrific totals, and then move up the tree and you can see a little bit of our classroom there. And I'll try and pop the back down. So tree of terrific totals to celebrate how well the children are doing with their reading. Also the IXL English is 30 to 45 minutes per week. You've got IXL Maths, which is the same, 30 to 45 minutes per week. TT Rockstar, so the times tables, getting that practice, minimum of 20 minutes. So I think it's something that children really enjoy. You know that, it's so important, and it's, yeah, I think it's something that we're really pushing to try and get back into those sort of activities that we normally do at home. Also, practice spellings in the homework book. There's some on the website there are some ideas. Our spelling test will always be on a Friday afternoon. Apologies, that was 2 teachers coming in. But no, will always be on a Friday afternoon. Takeaway tasks, they are optional. I've already seen some incredible takeaway tasks. I have to say, I could talk about it for a very long time, but I've been talking for quite a while already. But yes, you know, they are optional, but if your child would like to do them, it is absolutely fantastic, and I would encourage it, but I know that, you know, there's a lot there already, and it is important to have that switched off time at home. But no, I would just like to say well done to all of you, all of the children that have done takeaway tasks. They've been fantastic. And then alongside home, and there will also be home learning tasks for those that are self-isolating. I am aware that sometimes, you know, we've got children who are in self-isolation due to a family member or waiting for test results, and I'm very aware that is going on. So on the website there will be work to do at home with instructions, just as we would in class, so any child at home isn't missing out, and I'm very aware that, you know, that's important, so I don't want anyone to be worrying about that. So in terms of uniform for Year 6, there's a long link there. All the information is on the website, but just a reminder, it's black shoes, white and grey socks, and then PE kit to be worn on the days that children have PE. For us, this is a Wednesday and a Friday, so I think a lot of you know this by now, but just they come in all day in their PE kit, and they are allowed to bring in a jumper or a sweatshirt if they'd like to. We have to keep the windows open as well, so they're more than welcome to bring in their PE jumper as well if they feel a bit cold at school or in the classroom. In terms of SATs, so at the moment, obviously, as you can imagine, SATs are going ahead, but we are following government guidelines and waiting to, following government instruction. But at the moment, the plan is they go ahead. So in terms of the children, we're not making, the approach is we want to get your child ready for high school. But just so you are aware of the rough dates that if they are to go ahead, they will be on Monday the 11th of May 2020. There'll be a spelling, punctuation and grammar paper 1. And then on Tuesday the 12th, so the following day, there will be spelling, punctuation and grammar paper 2. And then on Wednesday the 13th of May, they will have maths paper 1 arithmetic and maths paper 2 reasoning. And then on Thursday the 14th of May 2020, there will be 2021, there will be maths paper 3 reasoning. So they are the rough dates, but obviously they're open to change, and I don't want to talk too much about that, but we are, practicing in terms of arithmetic tests, which in our class actually the children might have told you we call quizzes, because I don't want them to seem too kind of intimidating. We're pushing that the children try their best, and by the end of year 6 I can already see improvement. It's been fantastic to watch actually. And then we've got writing, teacher assistant, so by me will be by the end of June. So in terms of SAT support, there are weekly arithmetic tests which are 10 minutes long. So in week 1 it's a slightly easier test. Week 2 it goes to kind of medium, and then week 3 it is quite a difficult test. I'm very aware that it is, extremely tough. A lot of the things haven't been, or, areas haven't been covered in year 5 due to COVID and schools locking down and all that sort of thing. But the children have, every single child looking around the classroom and just, they've all tried really hard, worked extremely hard, and their scores, they've made a really good start. I'm extremely impressed. And that's something that we'll be doing to get used, so the children get used to it. We will practice SATs tests, so we'll have mock SATs at a time. We will have revision sessions from January, so just to kind of get ready, get prepared for May, if they are to go ahead. Revision workbooks as well to help the children, to support them, to get them used to the style of question, so there's no big surprise when it comes up, so the children feel as calm as they possibly can. And then lessons, we'll look at the style of, so the lessons that we have in maths, English, they will look at the same style of questions the children will have in the SAT test. So again, the children feel ready, they feel prepared, and often by the end of year 6, children are actually really excited for SAT. They're really looking forward to showing off what they've learned and actually really proud of their achievements. And I can't wait to see that with your children already in 3 weeks, from the beginning, starting first person narratives to the end, starting our methods to the end. It's been incredible progression, and I can't wait to see that every year, and I think that I'm proud of the children already, and I can't wait to see where they're going to get to. But enough about SATs. In terms of use, what can you do at home? Ensure homework is completed. I want us to work as a team. I think it's really important that the work we're doing in class is supported at home, and homework is an important part of that. So if you can encourage your child to take that half an hour to get that task, that IXL English completed, it'd be a massive help for when they come into the classroom. 15 minutes to practice their spelling for their spelling test. That would be extremely helpful. Practice their spelling patterns, to understand the rules. We go through the rules in class, but to practice those at home as well, so they're more familiar, so when they come to the spelling test or quiz, as we like to call it, they feel confident, and then when they're taking them forward into their writing, so they remain ingrained, if that's the right word, into their brain, so they can take forward with them into future lessons. Practice maths written methods, so to understand the process. So we've been practicing today, we've been practicing compact column, we've tomorrow we'll be looking at long division, to practice those methods at home with the children so they're more familiar with each of the methods. To use IXL, answers are explained if incorrect, so if they don't get an answer, it'd be really good if you can go over with the child, okay, that wasn't quite right, this is why, maybe they practice another question. That would be really good, and we try to do that in class. If a question isn't quite right, okay, why not? What can we do? We actually had a really good one in class today where I'm around for a very long time, we were talking about reasoning, and we had 3 different answers, and then as a class we brought that into a reasoning question whereby we did it as a whole class, and we got to the correct answer, but we looked at how we got there, the steps it took, and then we reasoned together, and then it was just fantastic. So if you can do something similar at home, that would be brilliant. Use TC Rockstars to improve times table knowledge, and read. So important to listen to your children read, ask them questions about what they're reading, pick books with the children. However, you do it at home, I'm sure you are, but really I can't emphasise that enough. I love reading in this classroom. I've got so many quotes around, but yes, I think it's, so their children enjoy their reading. It's not all about the quiz, it's so they really enjoy it and love it, and I think it's fantastic if you can do that with them. Recap, Year 1, Year 2, Year 3, Year 4 spellings if needed, and Year 5, so if needed, going back to old spellings. So they should be spelling lists on the website. The children have got them stuck in their English books here, so we're looking at Year 5, 6 spellings at the moment in our class. But yes, practicing their Year 5, 6 spellings, their common exception words, for example. So they're really familiar with the vocabulary and the spelling within, and that is expected in Year 6, and that is shared and used at home. Challenge mental maths, addition and subtraction. And then iPads can be used in school before break, lunch and after. So for example, if they have got quizzes, we have got access to iPads, and they can be used if there is any problem at home to accessing any of these websites. Just please send me an email, and that is something that I can help to arrange so your child is able to access all of these different things that I've been talking about. If there are any issues, please contact me. It's no bother at all. I would like to do everything I can to help you and your child. So thank you. I know I've been talking for a very long time. It's a lot of information. I apologise. Your children probably say that I do talk a lot. But if you do have any additional questions or anything that I've not covered, please feel free to return if your children want to bring a question in, or just send me an email, get in contact with me in any way, and I'm more than happy to talk through with you anything that you can think of that I haven't mentioned. I am more than happy to talk through with you. So I hope that one day in the not so distant future I get to meet you properly in person. For now, take care. I look forward to continue to teaching your children in the coming weeks, seeing them progress, flourish, and yes, that's Meet the Teacher 2020-21. Hope to see you all soon, and take care. Bye bye.